Good morning, children. I welcome you all to the language class of 8th standard. Students, I hope you all are healthy, safe, and sound at home. Yesterday we finished our chapter 5, and today we are going to start the chapter 6. Chapter 6 is modal verb or modal auxiliary. We all know that the verbs that help the main verb to complete the meaning of a sentence is called the auxiliary verb or simply auxiliaries. So, auxiliaries are helping verbs which help the main verb to complete the meaning of a sentence, or we can say they help in making the sentence grammatically correct. Now, auxiliaries are of two types: primary auxiliary, which are examples is, am, are, was, were, do, does, and so on, and the second is modal auxiliaries. Modal auxiliaries is used to indicate the mood or attitude of the speaker. So we can say that modal auxiliaries or simply modals are verbs that are used to express the mood of the speaker. Modal auxiliaries, some examples are can, could, will, would, shall, should, may, might, and so on. Now, modal verbs or modal auxiliaries indicate the following moods or attitude of a speaker in a sentence. Suppose in a sentence, when the speaker is seeking or giving permission, this is the mood. Making suggestion, expressing possibility, showing intention, expressing necessity, asking for things or favor, giving advice, conveying ability, making promise, imposing prohibition, making polite requests. So these are the some of the different moods of a speaker in a sentence. Now I would like to tell you that for each of these moods we use some certain particular model depending on the mood of the speaker. Listen very, very carefully, students. I'm going to tell you about some moods and the models which are used for that mood. Suppose, first one, ability or capacity of a person is defined by the model can or could. Certainty, for certainty we use will with first person, shall with second person, must also is a model of certainty. Now possibility is another mood, and it is defined by the model may, could, might. Probability, might or ought to. Instructions, must, ought to, and may. Permission, may, can, could. Request, could or will. Same way, another mood or is suggestion. For suggestion we use the model may, might or shall. For inviting someone we use would. For wish we can use could or might, and for need we use need to. So in the list which I just now told you, there were some moods and the models which are used for these moods. Now for further on, I would like to tell you that models show no agreement with the subject of the sentence. To make myself clear, I would like to tell you that their models, they do not change with the change of person or number of the subject. For example, he can solve tough questions. In this sentence, we can see that can is a model which is denoting capacity or ability. See one more example. They can solve tough questions. Here we can see that in both the examples, with he also we used can, and with they also we used can. This denotes that models shows no agreement with the subject of the sentence. Now, I would like to tell you something about the usage of models. Can is a model of present tense. Similarly, could is the model of the past tense. Can expresses ability, and it seeks permission. When we ask for permission, we use can. And I told you could is the model of the past tense. It expresses ability of the past. And informal permission also. For informal permission we use could. Same way, may is the model of present tense and might is the model of past tense. May is used to express possibility, a wish, or a formal permission. Same way, might is used for possibility in past tense, formal permission in the past, and a wish in the past. Now, shall and will. These two models are used where? Let us now come to that. For is used for the first person. Shall shows future tense. For second person and third person, shall shows a sense of command, order, request, or warning. Similarly, for second and third person, will shows future tense. Now, would and should. Would is a model of past tense and it expresses a past habit. In present tense, would shows a polite request. And what about should? Should always shows a sense of duty or an advice. Now coming to the next model, that is must, ought to, and used to. Must shows strong obligation, compulsion, warning, or advice. Means when it is compulsory to do something, then we have to use must. Or suppose we are giving a warning to someone, we always use must. Ought to shows obligation and used to express both a past habit and a habit in present. Now, need and dare. Where do we use need and dare? They are the two models which are used both as models and main verb. It means that the word need can be used as the main verb also and as a model also. Same way, dare also can be used as the main verb and as a model also. So students, I hope this was clear. Once again, let me tell you that model is a type of helping verb or auxiliary verbs, and it expresses the mood of the speaker. Hope the chapter was clear to you. Have a good day.